Miami. I am super excited to be here with you today talking to you all about automated marketing systems. This is especially for you if you are an entrepreneur and you want to attract your ideal clients without being salesy or pushy, but you also want to make sure that your business always shows its doors open, right? You want to make sure that people know that you're here, that you're available without you having to be online 24/7. So if you want to learn how to automate your marketing system so that you can work smart, scale your sales, and make sure that you're not just attracting the right people, but repelling the wrong people, then this is the place for you. You've arrived at the right video. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Ilean Harris, an entrepreneur and Cuban American. When I started as an entrepreneur, I had little resources, so I quickly learned how to work smart. I experienced lots of headaches and setbacks when I started, but today, everything is different. I've got clients in over 20 countries, I've traveled the world, and I want to show you how to do the same. In this community, you will gain amazing training and inspiration to build a business of your dreams and a great lifestyle to go with it. Whether you're an entrepreneur with lots of ambition and experience, or you have just started your entrepreneurial journey, you've come to the right place. Remember, you can have it all.
So let's go over a simple strategy to win with automated systems. This has been super helpful for me because I have got brands in Spanish and English. I have got customers and clients and businesses that have expanded to over 20 countries. And so this is a really simple thing that I have done that I didn't have to have a huge team for, that I have been even accidentally doing from day one, and that it's absolutely something that you can do whether you have a big budget, small budget, or absolutely no budget. And the first thing that you need to do is that you need to understand, all right, what it is that you are trying to promote. And so in this case, I'm giving you an example of something that you are promoting with a Facebook ad, something that you are doing with paid advertising. This can obviously be done for free. You just have to put in a little bit more elbow grease with organic trafficking. But let's say that somebody sees your ad and then they watch your freebie, and they're able to join your program. And if they don't buy from you, guess what? They still got a great freebie. If somebody sees your ad and they're not interested in it, then perhaps all they get is a freebie, or you can follow up via email. And so at the end of the day, you don't necessarily have to be there giving yourself all the pressure in the world of saying, well, how am I going to know who's going to say yes or who's going to say no? For instance, I've got a funnel, for instance, in particular, that it was one freebie I was testing, and I remember like 18,000 people clicked on it. And out of that, half of the people signed up for it, and they watched a webinar. And after that, a whole other percentage paid. And I was thinking to myself, when the heck was I going to talk to 18,000 people in person? And when the heck was I going to, do all this one by one? And so even as I was a little bit frustrated, especially when I was getting started years and years and years ago online, I would get frustrated, and then I'd say to myself, no way, this is so worth building, because work I did once can help me see results time and time and time again. Versus if I just had a conversation with someone, well, there went that conversation. Even if I gave the best presentation of my life, it was still one conversation. And so what's really cool about these systems is, like, even in the beginning when I was confused, or I'd hear trainings like this that weren't as clear, that didn't have a picture with them, that weren't from someone who actually built it, maybe somebody who had teams upon teams upon teams doing it, it was very overwhelming. But even then, it was so worth it to learn it, because it's very simple and it can get you really great results. And so what you need to do is, once you know what it is that you want to do, you've got to leverage systems, simple ones that get the job done, to increase your profits. And the reason I say you have to figure out what you want to do is because a lot of people, their system doesn't work because there's a little bit of everything. So you have to know, do you want people to schedule a call with you? Do you want people to buy? Do you want people to get on a waiting list? Do you want people to subscribe, to engage? What exactly is it that you're looking to do? And for me, I personally prefer this simple system. This system is really great because, first of all, it allows me to add tons of value. My goal always is to leave people better than I found them. So whether somebody buys from me or not, I need to know that they had a takeaway from our conversation, that they were able to learn something. And so in this example that I'm sharing with you right now, you've got an example of basically promotion. So whether it's a Facebook ad, referral, attraction marketing, whatever it is, I put something out there. And so what I put out there is either a webinar, a video, a call, a blog post. There's something that I was promoting. And so I want to pause right here and tell you why this is such a big deal, because I have a blog post, I've got a YouTube channel, I have so much fun on TikTok. Let me say, I have so much fun on there, even though that's not like my main platform. I've got Facebook, I've got Instagram, you name it, right? I'm doing it for my business. But the truth is that this right here that I'm showing you, this is how I'm able to work from anywhere. This is how I'm able to travel the world. This is how I'm able to make sales while I sleep. This is how I'm able to talk to people who already know they want to work with me and they're reaching out to me for confirmation, not for information. This right here is the difference between making sales in your sleep and not making sales at all, right? Or not sleeping because you're not making any sales. And so the reason I love this value adding webinar, for instance, is because I'm taking the conversation out of social media. When you take the conversation out of social media, it is extremely powerful. You know, I don't want to be just another Facebook Live or another Instagram Live or another live video anywhere where I'm competing with a cat that is dancing salsa and then does the tango. I don't want to compete, you know, with a giraffe that's besties with a baby kitten. That is just way too much pressure on me and on my business. And it gets people into that competitive mindset. I don't want to be competitive with anyone. I want to see everybody win. But I know that I can deliver my best value if people don't have distractions. And so when people give me their name and email, I'm able to remove that conversation and now elevate it to the next level. I'm not another post they're seeing. I'm not just something they're going to scroll past necessarily. I am somebody that they're taking the time to learn from. And so what I love from this is that they can watch a full class. I can add tons of value and I can teach them in 30 minutes or 60 minutes what may have otherwise taken them maybe years and years of following me online, of me dripping content. You know, a little Instagram tip here, a little story there, a little video clip there. That's not going to really be enough. That's not going to be the meat of it. So what I absolutely love is that I'm already making it a lot easier for myself just by not choosing to do it the easiest, simplest, most straightforward way possible, which is I'm just going to go live. And some people might roll their eyes at that and say, girl, that's not easy. I don't want to go live. I'm camera shy, or I don't have that many followers. I'm embarrassed. What if nobody watches it? And, you know, the stories and the excuses and the stress and the realities of a lot of these things are endless. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that even if you are just doing this part, I want you to know, no matter how many people watch it, how you get started, how you feel comfortable with it, how you don't feel comfortable with it, you're already doing so much better than so many other people because you are putting yourself in a position of an expert. Think about it. Whose seminar would you go to? You would go to the seminar of an expert. Who would you follow on social media? Literally anybody. Like my mom is on social media. My grandmother is on social media, okay? And so it's really important that you realize that just this part right here is huge. It's a game changer. It's your positioning. It's your posture. It's your focus. It's the depth of your content, your delivery. They can see, if you do video, for instance, they can see your body language. They can hear your personality. They can see if they like your teaching style. You know, I absolutely love that about my trainings. Like, if you don't like my free stuff, you're not gonna like my paid stuff because it's still me. And so it's, you know, just a great way for people to engage, but they're not necessarily getting a discount. I'm not wasting their time making them go through some trial or things like that. They get to know very quickly if this is helpful for them, if this is exactly what they're looking for. At the end of that, guess what? Based on what I do for a living, I help people make sales in their sleep. I help them monetize their advice. I help them turn their wisdom, their experience into e-courses. I help people launch successful coaching businesses and so much more, right? And so at the end of that, no matter how fast I spoke, all right, and I'm Cuban, so I can go super fast and I'll get real passionate and, you know, I just love what I do. No matter how fast I talk, we usually need to talk about things more in depth at the end of a webinar. And so that's why I'm never stingy on my trainings. I can talk and talk and talk and talk and share endless examples and give endless resources. And I am confident beyond the shadow of the doubt because of my experience, because I practice what I preach, because I've got businesses outside of teaching people how to build a business. So I'm in the trenches. I roll my sleeves up. I know exactly what's an outdated strategy and what is still working, just based on me doing it, right? Me actually doing it alongside my clients. And so I know that I can be as generous as possible, which completely removes me from being competitive with anyone because I don't care what they're doing. I know I can be generous and not worry about limits, and I can be true, right, to wealth consciousness and to my abundance mindset. And at the end, invite people to keep working with me. My ideal client, sadly, they just don't know what they don't know. And, the truth is that even if you knew what you were missing in your business, you just can't tickle yourself. It's really important to have a guide. You watch NBA, NFL games, professional sporting games. And what do all those teams have? No matter how many millions they've made, no matter what trophies they have, they all have a coach with them on the sidelines. So when they get home, there's more coaches, right? There's people coaching them on their nutrition, on their fitness. There's people coaching them on how to decorate, on anything that you can think of. They're getting support. And they're doing that not just because they have the resources to do it, because they have committed the resources to do it, because they have decided that they're ready to get to the next level. And so I promote something, I add tons of value. I never hold back. I'm not shy about adding value. And then there's a strong call to action. It's time to take action. Now, depending on what I'm promoting, I'm going to send everybody to a sales page. So if this is like a group program or an e-course, they can just go ahead and pay for it right then and there, and they join. And usually I have a call with me for my one-on-one coaching programs. And I do this because if it's not right for somebody, I'm just going to tell them, and I'm going to be honest with them, and I'm going to refer them to one of my colleagues, somebody else in the industry that's a better fit, for their current situation, the level that they're in, etc. And then that's it. They apply, they have a conversation with me, and if it's a good fit, they can buy and join the program, right? And so this is very simple. We're talking promoting something that you created once, right? So promoting your digital asset, promoting something you made once. So in this case, there's webinars, videos, calls, blog posts, whatever it is, you promote it. And after you add tons of value, you invite people to get, all the support you have to offer to help them solve their problem, to help them achieve a result. And so what ends up happening is that the simple process can be built many different ways, right? You can literally do this on social media. You can even go live on social media and then advertise a live that you did. And so even if you went live once, it can help you over and over and over again. But the tricky part is that anytime you want to talk to those people, guess what? You gotta advertise again. You gotta go up that hill, run through walls, do all this stuff fighting the algorithm. Whereas, when I do it this way, I can just send an email. I can just reach out to them again. And so this is something that's extremely simple to do. There are even simpler ways to do it in the front end, but trust me, on the back end, you're making your life so much harder because you're adding so much work. You are making it so much more difficult. So for instance, like if you put in all this effort into building this massive Instagram thing, and now your whole audience is on TikTok, are you going to be having fun on TikTok? No, you're going to be so stressed out. You're going to be doing crazy things trying to get attention. But the truth is, if you have your systems in place, if you're able to have someone's email address, you can reach out to them no matter where they are, so that there's always people coming and flowing towards your content. No matter what's happening, you can actually go to a brand new platform and have a ton of fun. So for instance, if you go to my TikTok, you can see that I am having actual genuine fun, and it'll grow as it grows, and it'll grow organically. And I just don't have that pressure on myself because I know that is not my whole business strategy. That social media is a way for me to keep my finger on the pulse, for me to learn, for me to listen, for me to add value, but it's not my bread and butter, even though I use it quite a bit. And so to achieve this strategy, you're going to need some tools, right? And the tools here are, well, it can look like a lot, right? It can look like a lot of steps, but it can actually be quite simple, okay? And this is really important that you use these tools because it also allows you to have metrics. So let me give you an example. I was running an ad, and you're able to put a little piece of code on your page so that when someone makes a purchase, you're able to track, wow, when I ran this ad and somebody watched this video and they actually made a purchase. So look at this, like somebody bought and I had only spent $3.90. Like, would you spend $3.90 to make a sale? So what if a sale was $10, which it wasn't, it was significantly more. But even then that'd be a really good return, right? Because you're more than doubling your money. And look over here, like leads. So I'm connecting with people for under $2 each, right? Over here, I'm connecting with people for 31 cents each. These are all things that you can track. Sometimes if you're only doing it organically, then you're just kind of crossing your fingers that it's good timing, that it's good content, that it's received well, that people are online, that the algorithm shared it, and so much more. So I will always recommend that you blend paid and free traffic. But the truth is that the most free thing you can have is social media, right? Get your accounts, put yourself out there. And for some people watching this video, that's gonna be a huge step, okay? Maybe you're afraid of being visible. Maybe you are afraid of putting yourself out there. Maybe you're afraid of branding yourself. Perhaps you are afraid of, just being that raw and open and vulnerable with your audience and saying, these are my challenges, this is how I overcame them, and then saying, I can help you and I'm going to charge you for it. Like, that alone can make a lot of people go pale and faint and pass out. And it made me feel all those things and more when I got started too, but I don't know how to overcome fears. I do know how to do things afraid. And so I showed up afraid. I showed up stressed beyond all recognition, beyond any reasonable, manner. Like, there was absolutely no reason for me to be that scared. I was at home. It was on the internet. What was somebody going to do? I mean, worst case scenario, I can unplug the Wi-Fi and go hide it under the bed. It really didn't have to be that scary, but it was, because we're putting ourselves out there and we're opening up the floodgates for people to judge us and to criticize us and so much more. And so, look, I get it, but I also get the other side of it. I get the reward and the benefit of putting yourself out there, of living your best life, of making people's dreams come true, who can relate to you, who can resonate with you, who say, you're like me, they feel represented, they feel heard, they feel supported. And I have this folder on my computer full of testimonials, full of positive comments. And whenever I feel like that imposter syndrome coming in, those sniffles you get and you're just going to get a cold, like you just know, because you have that one little thing, maybe it's an itchy throat and you're like, oh no, it's coming on. Well, whenever I get these certain thoughts, I'm like, oh no, I am not in the mood for imposter syndrome right now. I'll run over and just read all these testimonials. And if you don't have testimonials because you're brand new, you better sit down and take the time and make a list of all the reasons you should be very proud of yourself. What fears did you overcome? What situation did you overcome? Where did you step up when all of your friends gave up? What did you do that was so different, right? And so those are things that you can do, because that right there, I'm going to tell you, is going to be a huge one for a lot of people, and I don't want to minimize that. And once you're ready to take it to the next level, then there are going to be some paid tools and resources. You're going to need email marketing. You're going to want to be able to share videos. You're going to want to be able to have a sales page with all the details of your product, right? You're going to want to have a way to take people's money, right? So an order form, just like how you would shop online. If you don't have an order form, then, it's going to look kind of sketchy. So these things are just necessary, all right? This is my personal opinion. Think about your own shopping experiences. What websites make you want to say, is this even legit? Is this real? And what websites, like Amazon, you're like, yes, please sign me up for all the things, right? If you're going to have a digital course, where you're going to host it. If you are, going to share your coaching, how are you going to do that? And so those tools can all be done separately, but I actually have one tool that does pretty much all of it. And so I'll link that below. It's called ClickFunnels. I use it. I love it. You can get a free trial through that link. And that's the thing here. What's most important is for you to put yourself in a position to succeed, for you to position yourself to win. And remember that if you're willing to put yourself out there, you'd be really surprised at all the people willing to listen. Because let me go back on, like, a system like this, it can get you really great results. And I don't want you to think that it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, or that it's going to be so hard forever more, right? You want to keep pushing, you want to keep learning, you want to keep growing, because the truth is that you can wake up to sales. You can wake up to lots of notifications endlessly where you're being told, hey, somebody said yes to your support. Somebody has accepted your help. Somebody is happy to work with you. Somebody's happy to learn from you. This is just one example. Payments can range from any value point, from any price. But the idea is you need to understand that there's value in what you know. You need to stop selling yourself short and just assuming that people know what you know. One of the most typical things I hear experts say is, isn't this common knowledge? That's like the most typical thing that all experts say is, doesn't everybody know this? And the answer is, they don't. They need you. They need what you have to offer. You can have it all. You can have it now. Keep going. Never stop pushing. pushing, go ahead and start setting your goal and putting yourself out there. And if I can be of any help, I'll put the link below. Please reach out and let's talk about your goals, your business goals, and how you too can develop systems like this so that work you did once can help you get paid over and over and over again. A video you recorded one time can help people all around the world over and over and over again, because yes, you can have it all, you can have it now, but you've got to show up for it and you've got to show out.